Hello viewers, welcome everyone to this 1v1 matchup between Rootqxc and Poison. If you guys are unfamiliar with this map, I am too. That's because this is actually one of the official ICCup maps, not one of the Blizzard maps. So this is actually not in the round of maps that you'll play if you actually do play StarCraft 2. Instead is made by ICCup, and yeah, why don't we take a look at the map for a little bit because I really have not seen this before. So let's check it out. There's one ramp there and a natural expansion here. So this natural is actually, it is isolated from everything else, so you can easily naturally expand here, and there's also natural right back here. And one thing I'm just noticing right off the bat is that all these naturals so far only have 6 mineral patches. So that means that getting a base like this is much more valuable than getting an expansion like this. But these are also easier to get to. I can easily see Rootqxc building a command center right here and then flying it off here and just expand across the map, because that is something I have seen him do a lot before. I've actually personally played Rootqxc. He is a friend of mine from high school, and we've played a bunch of RTSs together before, and he would just always destroy me. I mean, he's obviously way better than I am at StarCraft 2 because he is a pro, and he's super fun to watch, very creative player. But one thing, the reason that I always lose to him hardcore is because he just expands across the map everywhere and uses containment strategies, and that's always what I felt has been his strong suit compared to some other players. I've seen some other players, some other champions will just fight off of 1 or 2 bases and try to overpower through composition with mech and stuff. But Rootqxc is always kind of on the forefront of strategies, and he doesn't really, he's not a very conventional player. So I'm gonna love to see what he has to do against Poison right now, a Protoss player. Protoss, my race. So I would love to see what Poison does against Rootqxc. I got absolutely destroyed when I played as Protoss against him, but let's see what's gonna happen this game. So Rootqxc is now scouting across the scouting this position right now. One thing to know is that Rootqxc is gonna have the scout position pretty much as long as the Stalker isn't built. So this SCV is going to have free reign and scouting for a really long time, actually. And while he doesn't have a shield that can regenerate, with good enough micro, you can actually just kind of move around the map, and you can actually just start clicking on your mini-map, and you see where the probe is, so you can still micro and macro and do all that stuff, and it's not that big of a deal, and you'll be able to get good scouting information, see maybe if he's trying to go some special build. But really for the Terran player, once a Marine comes out, there's nothing the probe can do. Just sit him up on the hill right here, and that probe is not going to get into the base. So for Terran, it's a lot easier to deal with that. For Protoss, they got to wait for the Stalker because Zealots are just so slow against the workers. So he's chrono boosting out this technology right now, so that's fairly typical. We see in Poison, he's going to get those fast warp gates, and we see Reapers on the way for Rootqxc. So people who have been saying that Reapers are pretty much null and void, this is going to be a test of that. We'll see what Rootqxc has to offer for this Reaper strategy right here. I'm actually very happy to be seeing this right now, because seeing early Reapers like this, especially against Protoss on a fairly sizably large map, I personally wouldn't pick that strategy, but we'll see how Rootqxc is going to be able to make it work. This map is actually very conducive to Reapers now that I'm looking at it. There are tons of ways that he can get off and escape, and he can do dual prong attacks here and send some in here, so it might be a good strategy. He's probably going to be able to use that Reaper speed, and try to contain the Protoss player instead of going into head-to-head confrontation. Because once the Protoss player gets a bunch of Stalkers or Zealots with charge, Reapers really aren't that great anymore. Even in mass, it just takes a couple of Stalkers to really deal with them. So we'll see what else Rootqxc gets to deal with. And this Stalker is moving in right now. He is going to see these Reapers soon, but that is too many Reapers right now for him to deal with. These Reapers are jumping up the ledge right now, picking up the probe and getting the Stalker. The Stalker might be going down here. The Zealot has absolutely no chance of living. And are these Reapers going to be able to chase down the Stalker? I think they might be. That is way too many Stalkers way too many Reapers for that Stalker to handle, and he's got a sentry in this base, and this poor sentry is honestly just waiting to get sniped. With that extra plus damage from Reapers, this thing is going to die instantly. Once those Reapers spot that, it's going to be like the first targets, like shooting fish in a barrel. And Vex is actually going after Poison right now, and great time for him to be getting warp gates. But is this going to be enough ICCup only has about 3 Reapers, so I think Poison definitely has enough right now to defend against this, but there are a lot more Reapers on the way. One more Stalker being produced, and ICCup sending in that SCV to see where his units are. ICCup not in a good spot right now to be fighting against this, but his Reapers are still managed pretty well. None of them are in the red life, and more Stalkers being spread across his base right here. I would like to see a couple Stalkers here and a couple Stalkers here because he should be anticipating a dual-prong attack right now. He does have this Nexus here, however, so he will be able to see if some Reapers are coming in a little bit in advance. And here comes a Reaper party right now going on this Nexus. They are engaging. Is this Nexus going to go down? I think Poison should be able to stop this in time, but ICCup might be able to get this if he is microing away right now. He does not want to get trapped, so he's being very careful. But I think if he really pushed for it, he could have sniped the Nexus down, but maybe he would prefer the Nexus to actually complete building so that Poison simply wouldn't just cancel it. I think that's what we're going to see right here. And here's what I'm talking about. Tons of Reapers going in on this clip. Let's look what else is being produced right now, because this is really kind of an unconventional strategy. So it looks like bunkers are being produced right now, and Poison apparently doesn't see this. I'm not sure where his eyes are on the map right now, but there are 2 bunkers being built right here. One SCV does go down, but I think this one bunker might be finished. Oh, Poison finally realizes it. That bunker is canceled, and one SCV is going off the line right here. Is this bunker going to be finished? I don't think so. I think he was able to catch that in time, and like I said, those sentries are just going down so quickly, and catching a Stalker with Reapers like these are speedlings or something, that was amazing. Actually just taking on full force, and the SCV comes back to finish the bunker, so ICCup is probably going to be able to snipe this out, but probes are going off the right now. Those Reapers are eating up those probes so easily. Right now, distracting on this dual prong attack, bringing in some more Reapers here, see if he can do some more damage, but I don't think so. Poison does have a lot of units positioned around his base, so he was preparing for something like that. And here come a bunch of Reapers now congregating in the middle here, and they're definitely going to be able to snipe out this pile and might be able to get some more damage done. I don't think those suckers are reinforcing position right now, and the Reapers are running away. One poorly managed Reaper is able to get caught right here, but a pretty good harass so far from ICCup, taking a look at the units lost. He is definitely up an advantage right now, but looking at the army composition, we see the army sizes are fairly similar. And the army composition, it's a bunch of Reapers, it's 9 Stalkers versus 11 Reapers and a Marine. So if Poison pushes out right now and goes head-to-head against all those Reapers, it's not even going to be a contest who's going to win. But if ICCup is able to dance around this base enough and keep him contained and force those units back, and pick off single Stalkers like that, then he actually might be able to do a pretty good job and continue on this harass, which is pretty much in mid-game right now. So usually you see Reapers, maybe 1 or 2 Reapers in the beginning, and you see them fairly often against Zerg versus Terran. Not so much in this quantity against Terran versus Protoss. So I personally haven't seen a strategy like this done yet, and I think he does have those Nitro Packs upgraded, and Blink is also on the way for Poison to try to negate that so he can try to catch a couple Reapers. And one pylon does go down here. Is the supply cap? Oh, that pylon is still up. Oh, is the second one going to go down too? Well-placed pylons from Poison, still having those gateways functional. I think ICCup was hoping to get rid of some of his production capabilities, at least for a little bit, while he dances around his base, as he has been doing. He is now supply capped, so Poison is going to be spending resources on getting the pylons back up, so that's definitely going to keep hurting him. ICCup is going to be able to pick up a couple of probes and Stalkers, as he has been. Poison is going to be in a really tough spot. And Reapers coming into this base right now. I think they are going to get caught. Very nice blink by Poison, pinching these Reapers into a corner. He is going to be able to take out a lot of those probes, though, but all those Reapers are no doubt going down. That is exactly what I was talking about. If those Reapers and those Stalkers go in a head-to-head contest, or combat, is not going to be a contest at all. And one bunker being built here by ICCup, but it is no doubt going to go on trying to salvage it, but he's not going to get the full benefit from that soon enough. And actually 2 command centers for ICCup right now. This base is very well saturated. This base is almost done, but we do see a very imminent threat on the horizon. Noting that ICCup pretty much just lost his entire Reaper force, it's still nice to see that he has a sizable army advantage. I think that's mostly in the form of SCVs, however. Yeah, 52 to 26 workers right now, but he does have those bunkers just in time and was able to fly out this command center just in time as well. So I don't think he was actually planning on mining there. I think that was just kind of lucky draw there. I'm not sure if he did see the Protoss army coming right now, but he probably is anticipating a counter right now that he is not containing the Protoss. At the same time, though, note that Rootqxc is not using this contain, or at least potential contain, he now sees it now as an actual contain, to be affecting him too much. He is now expanding twice across the map again. So here comes the Protoss forces. Rootqxc going to be able to deal with this. He does have some ghosts here, and those EMPs are going to wreck those stalkers. They really aren't that meaty of a unit, even if you get them in bulk. I mean, they're sort of meaty, but they're not quite like Dragoons in StarCraft 1 were. And so just having that extra EMP on a stalker ball, like it's going to happen, they're going to be coming up this ramp right now, we're going to be able to get a couple of good MPs. That's really going to accentuate the fact that they aren't really super meaty units. They're more about agility and prowess more than being strength. So let's see how Poison decides to deal with this. I'm surprised he hasn't really gone up here. I think he really could just overpower these bunkers. I mean, he's got that plus extra attack to armored buildings, and I don't know why he's not deciding to move out right now. But Rootqxc is not happy just sitting in his base. He feels like the Protoss player is not going to move in right now since he hasn't moved in yet. So, to kind of punish him, he is moving out with his Reapers right now, and he is going to be able to take out this Nexus, no doubt. But we see the Protoss player is moving in right now. Those Stalkers are all going up. He was able to get a couple of EMPs, so there are a lot of weak Stalkers right now, but those bunkers are no doubt going down very easily. Another great EMP trying to reduce the energy on those sentries, and SCVs coming off on the line right now. The Reapers are attacking these Stalkers. This is going to be enough for Rootqxc to deal with this. He only has pretty much plain Reapers and a couple of Ghosts against Stalkers, not the best units, but with some good positioning, I think he might be able to do this. That one force field is actually working against Poison greatly, and SCV is coming up the line right now, really holding this position fantastically, and he is able to take out these Stalkers. I think Rootqxc is going to be in a good spot. I don't know why Poison is deciding to fight on this ramp like this. He should be moving across the map. He should not be fighting a plain bunker, and in the meantime, Rootqxc is just harassing Poison's base, destroying everything that's happening right now, and these Reapers are going to town on the base. I don't think that Poison is going to have much of a chance after this. There are almost no pylons left. He is trying to build them, but they are going to go down so soon, and Probes just stopping dead in their tracks, so they realize, what am I going to do? Nothing. I'm just going to sit here and die while these Reapers wail on my Nexus. Poison going for one last attempt, but Rootqxc is in just such an economically strong position right now. There's no rebound for Poison at this time. Rootqxc showing that Reapers are still very valuable units, and I'm pretty happy to see that Rootqxc still did. He did pretty much what I expected from him. You know, not so much in the Reapers, but that he was very aggressive, used containment strategies, and expanded across the map. Rootqxc does not falter when it comes to that, and I think this is a very exemplary game when it comes to it. Poison not very happy with what just happened to him. I wouldn't be either. I mean, I would not expect to lose against a Master Reaper as a Protoss player, especially in a map with a rush distance this big. But Rootqxc just really was never in a bad position. The only time that he may have been in trouble was when the Protoss player was moving out here, but he had those bunkers ready, he had the Ghost ready, he has tons of production, he has 7 barracks is all ready, all with tech labs, the Reapers pumping out all the time, and not even letting up in the last couple of seconds of the game, still expanding twice again. So great matchup, I would say, from Rootqxc. Rootqxc just released a replay pack, so I will be picking games from that. This is definitely a great game to see. So thank you guys. I am amazed. If you like my casting, please subscribe to my channel, leave some comments, and thumbs up. Thank you guys again for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.